Well, hello there, and good evening, everyone. I'm William Brantley from North Jackson, Tennessee, on Walker Road, ready to share with you yesterday's and today's climate summary and give you a forecast for the next few days, at least through New Year's Day, shortly. Had a fairly decent day today. The sun came out finally and it warmed it up a little bit, and believe it or not, today's high may be the warmest high we have for that nearly 2 weeks, or a week and a half anyways, and that's amazing that 43 degrees may be the warmest high we have, or have at least for the next week and a half. It'd be something else if that happens. But according to the forecast, there is a chance that that'll happen, because it's going to really get cold this weekend for 2 or 3 days at least. Alrighty, let me move on into the climate summary for yesterday here in North Jackson. The low was 22 degrees, the high was 35 degrees, and had no precipitation yesterday. The what was I going to say? Highest wind gust. My goodness, I can't believe it took me so long to figure that one out. Highest wind gust was 19 miles per hour out of the northwest at 1:16 a.m. Yesterday's coldest low in West Tennessee was 22 degrees right here in North Jackson, and the warmest high would be 36 degrees at Memphis, Tennessee Airport. Now I'm going to go ahead and mention, since I thought to write it down this time, that of course due to recent rainfall, I'm above normal on both the month and the year. For the month of December, North Jackson's had 7.07 inches of rain. Normal is 4.46. And incidentally, Bemis, Tennessee and South Jackson has had 7.21 inches of precipitation. So they've had a little bit more in December than North Jackson. 17, roughly 1600s more. That's not bad though for about a 10-mile radius between me and them. But anyways, that's the totals. 721 for Bemis and 707 for here in North Jackson. The yearly total is 54.04 for here in North Jackson. Normal is 52.38. Now I don't have a complete year for Bemis because of course I moved a little over a year ago to North Jackson, but I did set up a rain gauge at a friend's house on B Street in Bemis as of September the 12th. And since then, for Southside, Bemis area, 13.96 inches of rain has fallen since September the 12th in the Bemis area. It's not a whole year, but what can I say? That may change shortly without giving details at the moment. Okay, let me move on to today's climate data. As of 5 p.m., the skies were partly cloudy here in North Jackson, and the temperature was 34 degrees. The dew point was 19 degrees. The humidity would be 54%. The wind would be out of the north at 6 miles per hour, and the barometric pressure would be 30.41 inches of mercury. Today's low temperature was 26 degrees. Today's high was 43 degrees. No rainfall today, of course, since midnight at either North Jackson or in Bemis, Tennessee. The lowest humidity would be 43% at 2 p.m. The highest would be 73% at 8 a.m. this morning. The lowest barometric pressure today would be 30.37 inches, and that occurred at 1 and 2 p.m. and the highest pressure would be 30.48 inches, and that occurred at 10 a.m. this morning. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you that we're at lower 26 degrees this morning. The coldest wind chill today was 24 degrees, which is only a couple of degrees difference. But that occurred at 7 a.m., the 24-degree wind chill, that is. Today's highest wind gust was 16 miles per hour out of the north at 11:10 a.m. Today's records for December the 26th, the hottest high would be 77 degrees in 2016. That amazes me still. High today, 1 year ago, was 77 degrees, nearly 80 degrees last year at this time, 77 degrees, and this year, 43 degrees. Amazing between the differences there to me. Alright, the coldest high would be 23 degrees in 1983. The warmest low would be 56 degrees in 2016. It's nice and warm last year, wasn't it? 56 and 77 for the low and high. Well, this year we had 26 and 43. Alrighty. The coldest low would be 5 degrees in 1983. That was a cold year for Jackson, December 26th. Low of 5 and a high of 23. And then just last year was the hottest one with the low of 56 and a high of 77. And compare both of those to today's 26 and 43. Talking about temperature changes over the years, that has happened many, many times. And more to come, I'm sure. Alrighty, the rainfall record would be 2.09 inches of rain in 1982. Snowfall record, we did have 0.4, and that's about a half an inch of snow. And that happened December 26th in 2010 and 12. Alrighty, I believe that takes care of the basic climate summary I wanted to share with you. I guess it's time to go ahead and take a look at a few graphs, and that'll be it for tonight, my friends. Looks like there's snow well to our north and rain to our south, and we're right in between the both scenarios. Or precipitation areas might be a better way of putting it. And right here will give you a good idea of what I was talking about. See, it's clear here in Tennessee, basically, precipitation-wise. There's rain down in Mississippi and Alabama, moving east at the moment. It's closest about Greenville, Mississippi, and points south of there, actually. Not all the way up to Tupelo yet. And yet up in extreme northern Kentucky and Ohio, it's snowing. They've been having some pretty good snow up in those areas in the last few days, matter of fact. I've been hearing about nearly a foot in a lot of locations, especially up in Pennsylvania and a few other spots, and all. They've been doing having to dig out for some snow up in those areas. Florida looks good shape tonight. There's that rain down in Mississippi and Alabama, moving east. There are some hints that early tomorrow morning, northern sections of Mississippi, like around Tupelo, between Tupelo and Corinth, they may have a little bit of a mixture of sleet and snow in that area, but it won't come as far north as Jackson. And that's overnight between midnight and sunrise. They might have some down there. But right now, at the moment, it looks like this rain and maybe an isolated thunderstorm in there. But it's all moving east at the moment. There's a little snow out there in Kansas. They've been getting some good snow out there in parts of Kansas too. And there's some more snow falling up there in Ohio and Indiana. Let me see if I can stretch that on out to the national view. And yeah, here we go. That's the main areas of precipitation in the country right now. It's south of us down there, and up there in parts of the Great Lakes, lower Great Lakes. A lot of that snow near the Great Lakes itself, most of that is lake effect snow. And some locations up there has been getting a lot of heavy amounts up in that part of the country. Even a little bit, a touch in Maine and Vermont, New Hampshire. That's very scattered up there, though. Thought I'd give you a hint. Let's see if I can make that plainer. There we go. That's close enough. And there's that's the way I want it. There we go. Brightened up a little bit there. All right. Then of course the snow and a little bit of mixture out in the Pacific Northwest, around Seattle, Portland, and all those areas. Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington. Not a whole lot going on in California, except for those wildfires. I think they've died down some, but I don't think they're completely done with them, though. And of course, there's a close-up view of nice and cold Jackson, Tennessee. Cold now, but it's going to be frigid this weekend. My goodness. We'll have lows in the single digits along about New Year's Day. Well, that's the thinking right now, at least. All right, let's look at the satellite pictures. Clouds of clouds and more clouds. Can't completely get rid of them, can we? Not yet. No changes tonight either. We're on the edge of the fair zone. You can see there. Some of those are high clouds, of course, passing by, briefly causing our skies to become mostly cloudy. But then we get a little clear spot like we're getting now. There's some more of them moving up from the south. Most of it's high, thin clouds, though, not real thick clouds. And the whole state's experiencing that right now. Really not all that bad, though. Could be worse. It could be icing or snowing or some nasty stuff like that. But right now, we're in good shape in that regard. Alrighty. There's the southeast as a whole. Nobody's completely clear except Florida. And a few clouds passing by almost in every state south of Chicago. And of course that includes us right here in Tennessee and West Tennessee. But it looks like once those clouds that's in Arkansas passes us by, it probably become fairly clear overnight. It's sort of fair right now, fair to mostly cloudy right now, but before midnight it should become clear and on into tomorrow. Kind of give you a bird's eye thought over the forecast there. Going to the national view. Thanks to AccuWeather, by the way. There you go. Look at the whole nation as a whole right now at the moment. This is the enhanced version. The visible satellite isn't any good this time of the evening. Good part of the country is actually clear, or at least half of it is. Most of us got a few clouds passing by, of course. Alright, that's pretty much a good tour of the nation cloud-wise. Alright, let's just go on to the weather map. Frontal map system, thanks to Weather Underground. And let's see where all the frontal systems are. Lows and fronts way up north. The stationary front to our south. Low over Alabama, causing that rain south of us. That's mainly moving east. There's two fronts to our south. That one goes way out in the Atlantic to a low near Brownsville, Texas, to another low in the Big Bend area of Texas, and then another low up in New Mexico. There's a precipitation or snow up in Ohio. That's moving east. That's a real small area, actually. It's nothing big. There's you see the lake effect snows up in the Great Lakes area. And there's a little bit of some snow in the Pacific Northwest, and probably a little rain mixed in there some, especially in Oregon. There's some broken fronts there. And that's pretty much a tour of the whole nation right there. Yep, that's pretty much it. Alright, I've got a close-up view of Tennessee just for fun. Alrighty. You emphasized on Tennessee a little bit better. Now you see that precipitation to our south, a little bit closer view of it. Moving east. I'm not even sure northern Mississippi's going to get that precipitation tonight. Because if it's moving east, it's going to stay down in central Alabama. But there's indications that it's going to move a little bit to the northeast before it heads off east again, according to some computer models. Okay, let me get one more view of Tennessee. Get it way up there real close. See if I got the state in there. I'm over in North Carolina now. Alright. Can't even see the precipitation on this one. I got it too close. That's alright. It's a good view of the maps. Cities and highways and all that good stuff. Jackson, Tennessee there went in the center for a few moments there. Alright. Move on to big branch back out one more. I'll tell you what. I can move this down to get there. There it is. I didn't have to go too far, did I? That's a close-up view of the rain to our south and down to Mississippi. It's actually down there right over Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi's getting it tonight, my friends. If you can make it out, sort of in the center of the screen there. Raining pretty heavy down there in Jackson, Mississippi right now, right along that cold front. Yep, that's the heaviest rain too on the map is from Jackson, Mississippi, right, kind of right there in the center, on over to what's the name of that? Something in Alabama. Is that I can't read it. Demetropolis is what it looks like. I don't know if it is or not. Looks like it's right along the Mississippi-Alabama borderline. It's hard to read it though. It looks like Demetropolis, but I don't know if that's what it is or not. Can't see it too good with that precipitation over it. But definitely along the Vicksburg, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi. It's got to be Meridian, Mississippi, just below whatever that town was I just quoted. I kind of know where that's at, Meridian, Mississippi. It's right along the Arkansas, Mississippi border, too. And it's right along whatever that highway is, goes east and west through Jackson, Mississippi. It's not I-55. It's a different number, and I can't think of the number right now. It's raining pretty good down there, though. And it's moving east. It's not moving our way, not to Jackson, Tennessee. Staying down there in that big town capital of Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi. And I believe the county down there is also Madison County, like it is here, but just a different state. Hey, the radar update just popped up. Radar update as of, looks like 7/18. Yep, pretty all going close. All right. All right, I guess I better concentrate on reading out Jackson, Tennessee's forecast. It's a 100% chance of rain down in Jackson, Mississippi, by the way. That's obvious, and I don't mean to be making fun of it either. But it may actually be leaving Jackson, Mississippi before midnight. Well, I don't know. Got all that rain to the east there, too, or west, rather, of Jackson, Mississippi. That'll probably be going through, too, so it'll probably be raining there most of the night, maybe early in the morning before it might let up down there. And then move on into eventually Montgomery, Alabama. And it's just starting over in Montgomery, Alabama. Now, it's good Montgomery being right along in, I think that's Montgomery, Alabama. Right in here, of course, Jackson, Mississippi is way over here. I think that's Jackson, Mississippi right there. I think it's kind of covered up a little bit, but it's pretty heavy rain and along down there Mississippi, just east of Jackson, Mississippi. Moving on east. All right, let me go on. Like I said, back on to a little closer to home for me. That'd be Jackson, Tennessee. I thought I'd talk about Jackson, Mississippi for a little bit tonight. I don't usually do that all that often. You know. All right, well, it's time for me to settle down and talk about Jackson, Tennessee now. And West Tennessee in general, of course. Forecast for tonight here in Jackson, Tennessee is generally fair skies, partly cloudy at worst for the rest of tonight and tomorrow, and Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and then it's going to become very cloudy on Sunday with a chance of snow. More details on that very shortly. See, tomorrow, by the way, the first quarter moon is complete or full tonight, and it'll be setting, it's already up, it'll be setting at 12:15 a.m. tomorrow morning, after midnight tonight. Otherwise, fair skies, like I mentioned, with the low near 21 degrees tomorrow morning, with the high of 32 degrees tomorrow afternoon. And let me see here. Alright, that'll work. With north winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Hold on. I had to get me a little sip of some liquid. That's the best way I know to put it. Fair skies tomorrow. Well, wait a minute. I got, make sure, yeah, I got it. The sun will be rising at 7:03. I should have forgot that part. Tomorrow morning. It'll be setting at 4:50 p.m. tomorrow evening. The moon will be setting tonight at 12:15 a.m. and it's completely full. First quarter moon is completely full. And see, the sun will be setting tomorrow evening at 4:50 p.m. The moon will be rising tomorrow afternoon at 12:51 p.m. and set Thursday morning at 12:43 a.m. Tomorrow night, Thursday morning at 12:43 a.m. On Thursday, it's going to be fair skies with a low near 18 degrees. Whew, getting on down there a little bit. With a high of 40. With north winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Friday, fair skies with a low near 22 and a high of 44 with north winds at 10 to 20. Saturday, fair skies, low near 26 and a high of 31 with north winds at 10 to 20. Sunday, New Year's Eve day, very cloudy with a 40% chance of some snow showers till sunset, and then remaining very cloudy. Low near 13, low near 13 degrees, high of 30. So if it does precipitate that day, it most likely is going to be frozen and possibly stick. But 40% chance is not that high, so I still doubt we'll get anything out of it much. with north winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour that day. And New Year's Day, I gotta keep saying that, it's gonna be so cold. New Year's Day, January 1st, 2018, fair skies with a low near 15 degrees and a high of 26 degrees with north winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. I don't even want to guess at the wind chill. 15 to 26. It'd be at least, I'd say, in the low to mid-teens. The wind chill, low to mid-teens. I'll say anywhere from 8 to 14 degrees, roughly, would be the wind chill come New Year's Day, if that holds up all right. Oh, by the way, the sun rises on New Year's Day at 7:05 a.m. and sets at 4:53 p.m. The moon will be rising at 4:49 p.m. that day and be setting at 6:21 a.m. On Tuesday, January 2nd. Speaking of January 2nd, mostly clear skies. Good Lord. The low temperature that morning, 7 degrees above zero. For Tuesday, January 2nd, 7 above zero for a low and a high of 27, with north winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Oh, incidentally, the full moon is complete on January 2nd. And I'll go ahead and give you Wednesday, mostly fair. January 3rd with a low near 18 and a high of 38. And it finally starts warming up a touch, if you can call 22 for a low and a high of 39. Warming up a touch. You can call it that. By the way, at this time, Thursday, January 4th, should be mostly cloudy that day. There is a 50% chance of precipitation on that day. Don't want to call it either way, but low of 22 and a high of 39. It could maybe start off as snow and wind up as rain. That'll turn out to be a mess if it happens like that. But that's 9 days out, roughly. Okay, I think that's it for tonight. Go ahead and give you tomorrow's forecast one more time. Fair skies with low near 21 and a high of 32 with north winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Alright, that's it for tonight, folks. Hope you all have a very pleasant Tuesday night. That's right. Tonight's Tuesday night, December 26th. I hope you had a very, very Merry Christmas, and hope you got everything you wanted for the most part, or at least needed. And I hope all of you have sweet dreams and wake up to a beautiful Wednesday, December the 27th, 2017, with 5 days to go to another new year. I'll be doggone. Boy, how close it's getting. 2018, that is. Well, again, thank you for listening and watching, and appreciate your friendship since I've been doing YouTube, and hope to continue to do YouTube on a fairly regular basis as long as my computer plays. Had to say that just for fun. But indeed, thank you for watching, and take it easy, and hope to talk to you again tomorrow night, of course. And until then, good night, and God bless you.